when people are diagnosed with a disease like this, it not only eats on the nerve fibers, it also eats on the identity of people. It's, in that sense, you could say it's an existential disease.
Whether you have MS or not, life is always about challenging yourself and finding new things to do. And I think when you have MS, it's even more important that you try and find things you do, because everything is so much harder and it's so easy to give up and say, I can't do it, you know. But there are things we can't do, granted, but there are also so many things that we can do that we haven't even ventured into thinking about. So it's definitely worth considering.
It was the best thing that I've ever done in my life. It was like some sort of miracle happened, and the day that I stepped off the boat, I walked about 10 metres along the pontoon. Sailing is my miracle cure to walking.
It gives people the opportunity to experience something that they didn't think was possible. And being on a boat with other people with multiple sclerosis, they don't need to apologise. And on here, the magic of sailing, you team that with multiple sclerosis and try new things here, that transfers back home. And they're making an attempt to maybe go back to a little bit of their old normality. And for me personally, achieving my own greatness again is the best thing.
I managed to get myself on the boat without falling into the water, so for me, that's the first hurdle done.
So if you have MS, sometimes you can get overwhelmed by the busyness of cities, of the traffic and the people. But when you're on a boat, it's peaceful, relaxing, you can make new friends. So it's good in a lot of ways.
I've actually never met a person with MS before other than myself. So it's still quite a new diagnosis. So just meeting other people, seeing how we can all work together and overcome our fears. And just because I feel like when you tell people you have MS, they tend to lose hope for you. They always, oh yeah, and they almost hand you a wheelchair even though you can walk. So it's just seeing all these people that can do amazing things even though they have a horrible diagnosis.
You're with people with the same condition as yourself. Nobody's more superior to anybody else. There's just the actual vibe on that boat is just different.
I think it just makes you more confident, maybe a little bit stronger, maybe you feel that you can do more than you realised before.
That's what I want. Like, I want to show myself that I can still do all the things, and I also want to show the world that you can still do anything even though you have MS.
I was with these people for 7 days last year, and I felt like I'd known them for 10 years, and to the point where everybody became really emotional on the day we left.
Oceans of Hope is not somebody doing somebody for somebody else. It's putting a frame or a community there so that people, they can reach out and apply themselves, challenge themselves, and get this worthiness and feeling of giving to others. That's Oceans of Hope. That's why we call it We Are Oceans of Hope.